Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to the KotLC Fanbase. My name is Joey and today we have so much news about Keeper Lost Cities from Shamister herself and some big news for you guys. DEX is on the cover, but not the cover of book 8.5 Unlocked. He's actually on the cover of the box set, the collector's set for books 1 to 3. We'll get more into that later in the video. We have some more Keeper deleted lines and we have a whole bunch of new artwork because there's a new Keeper Lost Cities box set for books 1 to 3. It's like a collector's edition, you could say, and it has this incredible new artwork about SILVENY, DEX, and Sophie. And that's the first thing that I'm going to show you guys because that's probably what you guys are most excited about. So let's just get straight into the video. If you can hear that background noise, someone's mowing their lawn like next to us, so I apologize. Okay, so straight into the video. We have Keeper Lost Cities Collector's Box Set, books 1 to 3. Will contain paperback editions of Keeper Lost Cities, Exile, and Everblaze, never before seen box art, and a sticker sheet of family crests. This is available to pick up in stores October 27th, 2020, but you can pre-order it today probably on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, all big bookstore retailers, and probably you can find it on Shamister's website. So as you can see, the art looks absolutely amazing. We have SILVENY kind of rearing up on her hind legs with her legs spread out. We have Sophie and DEX like right there next to her on this awesome like forest, and there's a creek running between it. It looks really cool, and this is in fact the only artwork for a cover that is made by Laura Hollingsworth, and this is the second cover that DEX has been on. Isn't that crazy? Oh my god, that noise. So going back to the Keeper deleted scenes, we have the first one. We have the Vacker siblings. The first one says, "I really had no idea how this battle was going to turn out, and it was a very close vote. But it looks like the Teal Eyes managed to take down the Silver-Tipped Hair." So the poll was between the Vacker siblings or Tam and Lynn, and the Vacker siblings won. And then says, "Check back tomorrow for your next poll." And then let's see our Fitz and Beyond deleted conversation. It says, "So, what are you gonna make Fitz do for the favor he owes you?" Beyond asked, "If you need suggestions, I have lots." Fitz snorted, "Oh, please." Beyond grinned, "You should be very kind to me right now. I'm a vanisher, remember? You think I've never seen that little dance you do when you think no one else is home?" "What dance?" Sophie had to ask. "There's no dance," Fitz assured her. "You're not just making stuff up to mess with me." "Am I?" Beyond asked, twirling gleefully. "Or should I demonstrate?" And this deleted conversation was cut from Lowstar. It includes Fitz, Beyond, and a little bit of Sophie, which apparently Fitz does a dance in his house when no one else is home, but Beyond the Vanisher sneaks into his room and sees him do it, so it's kind of weird, but it's pretty funny. So as Shamister usually does, she gives us a little bonus scene with Tam and Lynn because they lost the other one, and it says, "Well, for the record," Tam said, "there's no way I'm dancing in any costumes at the opening ceremonies." "Oh, but you'll be an adorable dragon," Lynn assured him as she tousled his bangs. Lynn scowled and turned into a death glare. So, and then I think the poll is between Alden and Grady. Of course, Grady won because Alden was kind of being sneaky and kind of sketchy, but so the Grady one says, "So Grady for the win, and he won by an absolute landslide." And then it just says, "Swipe to see your polls and come back tomorrow." So the deleted Grady line number 1 says, "Grady laughed. Vertina has no idea who she is messing with." This was cut from Everblaze, so it was from a long time ago, and he is right because Sophie is one of the most powerful elves known to mankind, or to elfkind, and Vertina has absolutely no idea who she is messing with. Deleted Grady line number 2 says, "Not sure I like this attitude, Sophie," Grady warned. "Just because you have these abilities doesn't mean you get to do whatever you want. If we're telling you something is too dangerous, we expect you to listen." Of course, this is 100% right, and I agree with him. This was cut from Lowstar, so it is kind of recent, a couple books ago. Sometimes this applies to her, but sometimes she just breaks the rules and does what she wants and almost dies. She does this like every book. It's crazy. Deleted Grady line number 3 says, "Oh good," Grady grumbled, adding something under his breath that started with, "That boy." This was cut from Flashback, so that was only a 1 book ago, and I don't know why, but Grady has this like vendetta against Keith. Keith isn't all that bad, and he's in fact my favorite character, as with Austin's, if you've seen his ranking video. So yeah, this is just like a silly one, it doesn't have anything to do with the actual ships. And that's all for the Grady lines. So since Grady won by such a big margin, she gave us a free Alden line, and it says, "I'm guessing this is another one of Grady's creative punishments," Alden said behind her. "One time Joey ditched school to go to Atlantis with her friends, and he made her help the gnomes harvest rickweed. She smelled like moldy feet for days. His smile turned bittersweet. It's good to see him returning to his old self. I'm assuming this, oh yeah, this was from Exile, so it was from a long time ago, and it's just a funny little anecdote. And let's get into the Edeline deleted lines. So the next poll is between Edeline and Della, and Edeline won. So Grady and Edeline both won, which means that's obviously the couple who they like better. So the first Edeline deleted scene says, Edeline kissed Grady's cheek. Don't be long, I know you're Mr. All-Powerful Mesmer, but I'm still going to worry. So this is true for even Sophie, but she is arguably more powerful than Grady, and yet she still has to worry about every corner, everything that she does. Edeline's deleted line number 2 says, I'll admit, the mom in me wishes you could rest a little longer before jumping back into the fight, but I do understand why you're eager to dive in, and I'm really proud of you. This was very recent since it was cut from flashback, and her last line says, but as long as it also freaks out the never seen, I can live with that, Edeline told Sophie. So this was also cut from flashback, and it was just probably them thinking of a plan. And then Edeline bumps in with her advice, which I do agree with. This poll was between Elwyn and Sandor, and Elwyn won, which I was actually surprised. And since there is no Elwyn official art, which I really wish there would be, she just gave us the lines. Well, Elwyn said, brushing his messy brown hair out of his eyes. On the Sophie scale of injuries, I'd say we're somewhere in the middle. This was cut from flashback, so obviously somebody just got injured, and Elwyn's comparing it to which middle. To be completely honest, that's probably really, really bad because Sophie gets in some bad situations. Next one is also from flashback. In fact, all 3 of them are from flashback, but this one says, you have a pet mercat? Elwyn asked, cracking up when Lynn nodded. I bet that's an adventure. And to be honest, the mercat doesn't really get in a lot of the story, but I really wish it could because it's just a little fun like comic relief, I guess. The next one is kind of long. It says, if I don't see you heading to the Elite Master in the next 5 seconds, I'm gonna cut it in, I'm dragging you there by the ears. Am I the only one who wants to see that? Ro asked. I'll drag you too, Elwyn warned. Now that I need to see. And if all these were cut from flashback, so I guess flashback was a heavily edited and revised book because there's so much scenes that were cut from flashback. And then she just gave us some lines. She didn't even put a poll because she says, let's be real, no one could be Ro in a poll, not even Keith. But since I already gave you Keith lines, so rather than putting some poor character through a crushing defeat, I'm just gonna give you the Ro lines today. So the first one just says, Ro snorted a laugh. Elves are such wussies. And this is pretty much due to their ability that their minds break if they experience like loss or pain, which it is true, but it's not like they can overcome it. The only reason Sophie overcame it because she was living with the humans for the first 12 years of her life. So she thought she was a human so she could experience loss and like bad things happen to her because she's a human. Next Ro deleted line says, Ro yawned. Yeah, I know, your elves are the wonder of the universe. Nothing can stop you. Oh, except anyone with claws or fangs or battle training or weapons and I'm assuming somebody cut her off because she's right. To be honest, she's right. And this was cut from flashback as like everything else is, but that's pretty funny. Oh my god, how many things are gonna be cut from flashback? Anyway, this one says, and how's this little anecdote proving our sweet little blondie is tough, Ro asked. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an adorable story. It's like Team Foster Keith, where it all began. But as far as toughness goes, meh. This is a cool little Sophie scene, it seems like. Yeah. Sadly, that is all the Keeper deleted lines I have for you today. I'd probably say that 2/3 of them were from flashback, which is pretty crazy because I feel like flashback was already a really long book. And if she included these, it would make it so much longer. And probably, even though these lines are like kind of fun, it would probably make the book a lot more boring. I do get why Shannon removed some of these lines because they just clutter up the book when they don't really need to be there. They're just there for some extra added like laughs or something that just doesn't need to be there. So that's probably gonna wrap up this book. The big highlight of this news was definitely that box set art because Dex was on the cover, had some amazing arts, and just look at it, it's so beautiful. And of course, we had a ton of characters involved in this deleted lines, and if there's enough to make another video, I will definitely make a part 3 because she still has lines coming out today, and hopefully the next day, and hopefully next day, and of course, maybe throughout the next week. So I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Subscribing means so much to us, it's totally free, and it supports the channel in a really good way. If you never want to miss another upload, definitely hit the notification bell so every time we upload a video, you'll be immediately notified and then you can be the first one to watch it. Leave a comment what was your favorite deleted line and why, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!